Hello, how are you? Well, uh, this year in Japan, it seems that we're having a larger number of typhoon coming, don't you think? Anyway, we call those big storms typhoon in Japan, well, which is the English word. But then other places they call them cyclones or hurricanes. Well, basically, they are the similar things. Well, um, tropical cyclones or uh, huge storms with strong winds and heavy rain from over warm ocean waters. Okay, but scientifically, uh, they are basically the same things. But today, uh, we'll learn how we use those words differently. Well, that's really depends on the location where a typhoon, cyclone, or a hurricane is born. Okay, first of all, typhoon, it is a storm that occurs in the Northwest Pacific Ocean. So that includes countries like Japan, Korea's, and the Philippines, etc. Then, hurricanes. Well, they are storms that occur in the Atlantic Ocean or the Northeast Pacific Ocean. So, well, like a Caribbean islands or the United States are included in that kind of places. Then the third one, cyclone. Okay, it is a storm that occurs in South Pacific Ocean or the Indian Ocean. And it affects countries like Australia and India. Okay, so if a hurricane moves into the Northwest Pacific, its name changes to a typhoon, for example. Okay, well, let's see the etymology or what those names originally came from. Typhoon. Some people say it came from the Chinese word Typhoon. It means big wind. And the others say uh, it came from typhon or uh, coupon. Uh, okay, that's a Greek word. Um, well, that's in appears in the Greek mythology, uh, who controls terrible winds. That is the uh okay, coupon, what typhon in Greek, or maybe typhoon from Chinese means big wind. Uh, we never know the real truth, but then people say either ones. Now, hurricane. Well, this word came from uh, huracan. It means That's the god of evil and storms in ancient Mayan culture. In the American continent, before Canada, United States, Mexico, Brazil, Costa Rica, Chile, Argentina, Colombia, etc. Those new countries founded, there are mainly three cultures. Cultures of Maya, Azteca, and Inca. And some people say that is from Huracan, that is the ancient Mayan culture's god, uh, evil god, or I would say evil. That is the evil god of wind and evil. Well, then cyclone. That's well, cyclone means it's the coils of a snake. Came from the Greek language. A cyclone spins around in circle like that above us and looking like a coiled snake. When you see it from above, that's why they call it. So that's interesting. Those three words come from actually ancient languages. Now, let's say, well, the simply, they are basically the same kind of storms, but then they appear different places. That's all. All right. And next then, okay, in Japan, typhoons do not have their names, but simply they call it typhoon number 14 or typhoon number 7 or typhoon number 36 or something like that. But then also outside of Japan, typhoons also have Asian names, which are chosen from a prepared list of 140 Asian names. That's interesting, isn't it? So when you watch the news, the weathercast of different countries in Asia, you might be able to identify some of the names, but not in Japanese news. That's only the numbers. Now, hurricanes are always given human names, such as Hurricane Katrina or Hurricane Miles or Hurricane Diane and Hurricane Patrick, something like that. They use the list of male and female names in alphabetical order. The alphabetical order means according to the alphabet. So A comes the first and the Z comes the last. Okay. So, for example, Hurricane Alice, and next would be Hurricane Bobby. Then after that, Hurricane Kathy. Then Hurricane Danny, something like that. The system is. Male and female, they switch every time. Then cyclone. Cyclones are also given names, human names, but different countries in the region, like India, Australia, take turns choosing the names too. Okay, So that's kind of interesting. But then, um, I guess in case of choosing human names, some people are so happy that their names are chosen, but then some people are unhappy because they named some of the bad or strong hurricane or okay, typhoon or cyclone, which made big damages and killed many people. Some people feel kind of unhappy. That's the same name as your own or their own. So, I think calling typhoon in Japan by number seems to be kind of fair, I think. Neutral, I would say. Uh, but then world, of course, is made of many, many differences. So, at the moment, that's the three systems that we have, and each country has its own system of calling those big storms. All right. That's for all today. I just hope any big storms are not going to make damages or like killing people or destroying their houses or anything like that yet. I guess we need some of the waters, the rains, of course. But then there's no way that we can prevent typhoons, hurricanes, cyclones to, you know, form because they are natural things. As long as the world or the earth turns around, and also making the orbit around the sun, of course, it creates the wind and it creates the differences in temperatures in the water, in the atmosphere, and of course, warm waters of the oceans vaporize and forms the clouds. And of course, it creates the wind and some winds sort of like started to make a big storm this way or sometimes that way. It's just the part of nature. But then make it sure that you are well prepared when a big storm was going to hit your area. Well, that's all for today, this time. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Um, Wait a minute. You could see, I forgot to mention, you could see beautiful blue ocean, white clouds, and the blue uh, sky. But those kind of weather creates a storm, of course. But then it is beautiful to look at it. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Aloha.